Hello students and welcome back to Simple Learning. Now we will be discussing the reduced syllabus for the First War of Independence chapter as per this year's 21-22 syllabus for your semester 1 examination. So the First War of Independence, if you see the syllabus box, you have the First War of Independence 1857, and it mentions the causes, that is political, social, religious, economic and military. This is all you have to do. The remaining part of consequences and later, this all you can cancel. So it is not in syllabus. You are doing only the causes for your exam. So you can start with the chapter. You can mark the broad headings. The first one is the political causes. So here I've marked with a big Roman numeral 1 so that when you read in the book you can easily remember what are the political causes. So under political causes there are subheadings like policy of expansion and different ways of policy of expansion, like by outright wars. Then you have subsidiary alliance. Then you have using the doctrine of lapse. And the last one is the pretext of alleged misrule. This is all the different ways that they expanded in India. So this is all under the policy of expansion. And during the when you are doing the chapter, please do not forget to look at the pictures of these people, because there can be a picture study question also in the test or in the exam, sorry. Alright, coming to the next political cause. Now here under this political causes there are effects of annexation of Awadh given. So please read them as you would read for a question answer, because this is the way you will be answering your MCQs, like what were the consequences or what were not the consequences. You will have to see that in detail. Then there is disrespect shown to Bahadur Shah, treatment given to Nana Sahib and Rani Lakshmi Bai, absentee sovereignty of the British. These are all the political causes. Now the next main heading is social religious causes, where you have interference with social customs of Indians, apprehension about modern innovations. Then you have policy of racial discrimination, corruption in administration, oppression of poor, activities of missionaries, and fears regarding Western education. Then you also have the religious causes like taxing religious places and the law of property. The third broad causes that you have to do is the economic causes. So all the economic exploitation of India, then economic decline of peasantry, decay of cottage industries and handicrafts, and very important definition of the drain of wealth. These all you can do in detail for your economic causes. Thereafter you also have on the other page growing unemployment, inhuman treatment of indigo cultivators, poverty and famines, and also decline of landed aristocracy. So there are lots of things that you need to do, and every line of the chapter you need to do in detail, because you will be preparing yourself for MCQs, where from any nook and corner of the book you can be asked any kind of detail. So if Inam Commission was there, what was the name of the commission, or in other words they can ask you what did the Inam Commission do, how many estates were confiscated from the landlords. So numbers, figures, pictures and definitions you have to definitely remember in detail. Last but not the least are the military causes, ill treatment of Indian soldiers. Then definitely the famous one, the General Service Enlistment Act, larger proportions of Indian and British Army, bleak prospects of their promotion, deprivation of allowances, faulty distribution of troops, and poor performance of British troops in different wars. So here even the wars are important. You should remember the names of these wars where they did not perform well, and due to which the Indians could see that they are not very good as the military of the Britishers. Then lower salaries. Now one confusion that arises in students is that is the immediate cause in as a part of military causes or not. Normally you would say it is a different heading in the book, it is not, but I would suggest that you read this, because it is a sort of military cause that could be a part of the military causes. So when there is some confusion that you have, you must try to cover that confusion by doing that thing rather than leaving that thing. So please read the introduction of Enfield rifle, and stop here. So after this, the remaining part of the chapter is not in syllabus. You can totally cancel all this. Till the end of the chapter, consequences are no more in syllabus, and only the causes you are doing for your syllabus. So that is the reduced syllabus for the first war of independence. In my next video, I will be discussing the reduced syllabus for growth of nationalism. So please like the video, share and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.